She was Alkebulan, the mother of mankind, cradle of civilization, the heartbeat of creation itself. Now her children return, calling her name again. Say Alkebulan, Alkebulan, the mother of life, the mother of life, where the sun first shines, where the sun first shines. Rise again, Alkebulan, rise again, Alkebulan. Hey! Oh, Alkebulan, Alkebulan, Alkebulan. Home. Your children are calling, we're coming home. Oh, Alkebulan, the world must know you gave birth to the light, let your glory show. They changed your name to hide your fame. They broke the chains but kept the game. Divided your children with borders and lies, but truth never dies, it only multiplies. We are the sons and daughters of your soil, still rising strong from the years of toil. They took our name, but not our soul. Alkebulan still makes the broken whole. Say Alkebulan, Alkebulan, the mother of life, the mother of life, where the sun first shines, where the sun first shines. Rise again, Alkebulan, rise again, Alkebulan. Oh, Alkebulan, cradle divine, mother of kings, the first bloodline. Oh, Alkebulan, spirit of grace, we're reclaiming your name, we're finding our place. No longer shall we live in shame, forgetting our truth, our holy name. From the Nile to the ocean wide, your story flows, it cannot hide. From Kush to Kemet, glory untold, black and beautiful, strong and bold. They took our gold, they took our flame, but Alkebulan lives beyond the pain. They called you Africa, but you were more. You are the doorway the world was born through.
Greetings, guys. Greetings. How are we all doing? Let me just take the music out.
Why do you always have to cut it when it's just getting going?
Oh yeah, because I've been told not to play it too long.
That.
Yeah.
All right.
Apologies, guys. Greetings, yo. Greetings. Great. It's basically good evening. Good as a weekend's a Friday, isn't it? Unusual, but we're here on a Friday. Let's introduce our guest first and foremost, and then we'll go from there. Okay. My name, as always, as you can see on the screen, is Oladele Dosunmu, the founder of the Emerging Alkebulan. And for those who follow us on our podcast, whatever handle, you know what we're about. We're about decolonizing our minds and awakening our consciousness. Time to be truly Ubuntu. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Nduku.
Habari gani, karibuni. What's the news, habari gani? Karibuni, welcome. Thank you all for being with us today. I'm excited because we get to have our fellow community members today joining us in conversation. And this is becoming the topic today. This thing is becoming a pain point for those of us on the continent. And it's something to address about how you're moving from the diaspora back to the motherland. What are you bringing? Is it building or destroying? So I'm looking forward to this conversation.
Okay, Ajime Kwasi, you want to go next? And then, okay, again, you can go.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me. And of course, the conversation is about to get started, because it is high time we know what we're using our resources for, and this requires us all to be conscious of it. So yes, I'm pleased and glad to be on here. My platform is definitely about remembering who we are as Africans, and it's been lovely being a part of the community.
Thank you, Jimmy Posse. Then, okay, again, please introduce yourself.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Okeogene. I don't have a particular box where I can describe myself as I am. So, I'm excited to hear how this conversation goes today about Detty December, which is a very interesting topic. So,
I'm a
yeah,
mother, a wife, a community organizer, a builder of
I am a
Ubuntu.
spirit.
Oh, African spirituality. Yes, you can say the spirits.
All right, guys, these conversations, we're going to chill. Yeah, just chill. Take your time, man. There's nothing, let's flow. Okay,
Yeah.
the topic, as we put out there, is called Detty December. Detty December, is it, is it in the spirit of Ubuntu? That's what we're asking, because we know our people. I'm an old man and I haven't got a clue what Detty December is, but I have kids around me who talk about it. And then what they get up to, the shenanigans and things they get up to, it beggars belief. As a parent, I worry. So the topic today, Detty December, is it in the Ubuntu spirit? And then we're talking about how can we basically flip that narrative around to bring it something that's community based. Okay, so I'm gonna start with who's gonna go first. Okay, gonna you go first because you're in Nigeria. You know about Detty December. It's your age people that are doing this. So yeah.
Okay. From what I've gathered so far about Detty December, it's usually like a festival. It has communal spirit, but as far as communal spirit is involved, there are other things that are not like in alignment. Other things can also get involved. Coming back to your father's land or mother's land, whatever it is that everybody addresses it as, and they party, celebrate with their families and friends, and then go back to their different countries where they reside. So, but it's hijacked or over over consumed in such a way that the other things are being sold. So, from my observation, it's during this time, which is the Dirty December, era and the frenzy or time, is a time when people see it as an opportunity to over celebrate in a way of overdose of alcohol, overdose of everything, like just doing everything in excesses because why not? It's a moment to be dirty and celebrate. Cool. Um but is it communal? It has a bit, it has a bit of communal spirit in it because it brings back everybody home, but it's not, since it's not pioneered well, it's still carried away by a lot of very fragile you know influences or pleasures. It gets carried away, like you miss the point on why you're coming back home, because you're coming back home to reconnect and to connect with everybody, but when you come back you get carried away by other things. You miss the point of coming back home. So, yes, I would say it has a bit of communal spirit, but it's really not like that. So, and a major concern with the way it's going, or it has been going, is the influx of prices. Everything just becomes higher, and it's not even from the people coming in; it's from the people in the place. Particularly Nigeria, I can't say for Ghana because nobody has really complained about Ghana. It's mostly Nigeria,
I think the same thing's
right?
happening, but yeah, so we'll hear. Kwame will tell us.
Yeah, nobody has really. Everybody's come. Everybody now is even thinking of going back to Ghana to continue celebrating their December because of Nigerians have seen it as a means to be, exorbitant in their prices. They are so rude. They are callous, and they treat people anyhow just because they feel they can get any clients in this period because everybody's coming back home, right? And
Mm.
it is sad because we are trying to fight. We are trying to say you want better governance, but you are not even giving an example. So when people come in, you're charging them in dollars and in pounds when you are in Nigeria.
Wow.
You're not using your currency. You're charging them in those in those currencies just so that you can gain more, right? And it makes no sense, because why are you coming home to spend the same currency you're spending outside, not your country's currency? And it even goes down to their living apartments. They do this, they do all of that, and it doesn't still speak communal, because there's nothing community about that. You're ripping off another, you're shortening another, you're not sustaining another. It is not community. Yeah, the only community I see there is just coming back home, and that's not anything, because you can be home anywhere if you feel welcomed, if you feel protected, if you feel sustained, if you feel loved, and your best interests are at heart. But no, they are literally just looking out for their own pockets right now, right now, right now. So yeah, this is my own
Okay,
take on 30 December.
thank you. Okay, again, okay, Ajime Kwasi, your perspective of Detty December, please, my sister.
Yeah. Well, how do we even start the conversation? Because I think it would be best to really start with the whole point of Ubuntu, which is definitely that it's a communal connectedness, and it's beneficial to all. And the idea definitely of 30 December is unrestricted, centralized form. And when you come with that, it is a contrast already. Because if it is unrestricted, then that means anyone and everyone can be paying the price of that. And to have unrestricted, that means, unusual wrong things will be done, illegal things will be done, and it will continue to perpetuate the rape and, the disadvantage taken of our people. For example, we know that during the initial quick businesses, and there would be recruitment of young people, and we're talking about their wages, their accommodation, and then they're going to be exploited all over again, put at risk as well in this time and age of the season. And also, going forward with it, would find that many of those young people cannot go back to their being innocent even after this season. So something gets lost in the process, which takes away their core. They see the obscene wealth, they see the seeming quick and fast cars, and they would just think that is the beginning of life. And if they've been through things during this December, the next one they will be like, I want to be on the stage no matter what. I don't want to be the server. I want to be the one served. And it connotes that wrong ideology. It connotes, forced impression on them to want to do it quick, to want to do it fast. And I don't think the diaspora represents the labor of their own hard work well, by wanting to let young people back in Africa think that that fast life that many of them might have even be spending borrowed monies on to show off the flashness. They're racking in the loans, they're racking in the debts. And when they give these young people, they distract them from their roots, they detract them from their self-confidence that they've had. And then, the debt of December ends in December, but the repercussion goes further on after December. It sows a seed into their soul and spirit that would never be the same. And I think that is why we need to be courteous of what we ascribe to as, fun, what we ascribe to as a yearly event. Because, for example, in Nigeria, when it's being celebrated, you hear of the government quick to talk about the revenue generated, but that revenue generated, does that have to good roads, better roads? Does it go into youth centers? Does it help to solve the bulging youth problems of drugs and alcohol that is fast rapidly growing? So what is truly, who is benefiting? And of course, if it's a restricted fund, we're talking about a little group of fast, quick capitalists making money out of everyone and the system. So we need to really be thinking about who is benefiting from such events, and what exactly is sustainable about it. What exactly is sustainable as pumping hard, sweating bodies jamming and jamming on the stage, quick alcohol. How does that benefit the youth of tomorrow? Of course, it is within the culture of Africans to celebrate. It is within our culture to want to celebrate the hard work of our labor all year round, but it is with dignity. It should be dignifying, and it should be sustainable. And also, it should be a remembrance. It should be an offering, and it should be that, in truth, we are really being grateful and not being part of those that would put our continent back by these poor choices.
Oladile,
I wonder
quickly.
if you can hear me.
We can hear you.
We can
Yeah,
hear you.
we can hear you. That was a
Yeah,
great
go on, go on,
submission.
go on, sis.
Yes. Yes, we can hear you. Yes. Is she having trouble hearing us? Ajemi?
Oh, yeah, we're good.
All right.
Okay, yeah, go on, sis.
So as I was looking up, I know of Detty December Detty December because I'm in circles of people who go back. I actually thought it was Ghana. The origin was Ghana, and that is where it was happening. But I found out that it started in Nigeria. But Detty, for those who are asking, what does Detty December mean? Detty is Nigerian slang, a playful corruption of dirty, the dirty word, meaning wild, unrestrained, and excessively fun. High energy, non-stop parties and celebrations during the December holiday. That is Detty December. So it signifies letting loose, indulging in nightlife, concerts, and social events without holding back. Why it's not Ubuntu is like, it's so destructive on so many levels. I don't even know where to start. And I'm glad there's many of us, because then we can have multiple, and our sisters have drawn great submissions. Let's talk about the pleasure. So pleasure without accountability. It's okay to seek pleasure. There's nothing wrong with seeking pleasure. Pleasure is good. We've seen that it releases endorphins that are healthy for us. Like it does have a contribution to our well-being. But pleasure without accountability is problematic, right? When we celebrate while our schools are deteriorating, right? We party while the land is being sold. Like Nigeria is going through, like currently, Nigeria is going through social problems, and you're heading to Nigeria for Detty December. What does that say about us, right? That we are willing to seek pleasure and escape reality, but it comes at a cost. This escape of reality is coming at a cost. So we have become the very thing we dislike. We have become, and I'm trying. This is not our way. Our way does not indulge excessively at the cost of our people. Our way does not indulge in personal pleasure while destroying everything else. Our way does not escape reality. Our way faces reality. And we're talking about our way before we were disrupted, right? So don't come for us and tell us, oh, but these people do this here and these people do this there. We are returning to our way before we were disrupted by all these things that have taken us from who we are, all these foreign cultures that have detached us from our being. This is the purpose here. We're returning to our being. And therefore, while we return, we're identifying behaviors in us that are harmful and must be left behind. Stop bringing Mzungu culture to the motherland. It is as simple as that. Stop bringing Muzungu excessive culture. Stop bringing Muzungu over-sexualized culture. Stop bringing Mzungu escapism culture. Stop bringing Mzungu individualistic culture when you come back home. Come back home to restore Ubuntu. Come back home to restore communalism. Come back home to celebrate with your community in a way that is uplifting, in a way that is healing. Sit and speak to the elders. Heal your mental space. Sit and eat good food. In a way, you're contributing to the making of the good food too. You're not just sitting in a luxurious resort and demanding and waiting and paying high costs and increasing the prices for the locals who've been there all year struggling. So that's what it does. I'll let Brother Kwame go because we need to hear the Ghana perspective.
Yeah, Kwame, give us a Ghana perspective of Detty December.
In fact, for a very long time now, I've not been following some of the things that they celebrate in Ghana here. In fact, for a very long time, and I really don't follow. So when Queen Kumbu was speaking, I wanted to even Google it and say, I've I've been abstained from so many things for a very long time, and personally, I don't even go out. Yesterday, when we were talking, I was still at the website, from the website to home. So some of these things, I don't even read the news about them.
Yeah, Kwame, I think you're behaving your age. You're an old man now.
Yeah, I'm an old man. Not an old as in old, but I'm an old man. Very old. An ancient of days. So, yes, I am an old man. Per my age, if you look at my face, you will think I'm not grown. Because even the numbers, if you count the numbers, you say I'm not grown. But the words that are coming out of my mouth will tell you how long I've been on this earth. So, the dirty December. I even want to find out the real definition about the dirty. Okay, the dirty. I am thinking it
Kumbu
has
just
to
read
do.
it. She just told you. She just said it.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
not online. So,
It's
Kumbu,
very,
can you reread for me?
yeah, it literally is. It literally stands, represents the word dirty, as in chafu, as in dirty. So, but dirty meaning wild, unrestrained, and excessively fun. And then it signifies letting loose, indulging in nightlife, concerts, social events without holding back. So is excessive sexual pleasure, excessive drinking, excessive eating, excessive spending, excessive ish, just excessive bad behavior that you cannot
So is
do
that,
in
is
your
that
normal life. So now you've come to Nigeria to just let loose. It's like
okay?
bad.
Meaning it's just like the way they celebrate the Valentine, Christmas, and all those Easter. You know,
On steroids.
Kwau in Ghana, during the Easter is more than I think the dirty December. In
It's
fact,
even
a lot of
deeper than
people
that.
come. Yes, yes, yes. Kwau in Ghana is even deeper than the dirty December, and all these things. In fact, you made mention of accountability. They will go and spend all their money and then come back home without anything, and they will start complaining, shifting blames to people. And I expect if you want to be Africans, there is the time you should be.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys questions, man, based on my young age. Um, okay.
You are the
Um,
guy.
because I'm looking at this, and based on what you're just saying, so basically what we do when we go back home is basically go to lose ourselves. So we basically left the West. We've been stressed all year, and people have saved their money, and then they go home to basically just get indulged in whatever comes their way, and they're gonna spend the money that they've
Save the money
earned
or borrow the money.
or borrow the money to go indulge in excessive behaviors and things that the parents cannot see. That's what Detty December is. So my question then is why is it so popular? Oh, my daughter
Okay,
just said
so
it's
it's so
fun.
popular. It is so popular because one, it is fun. It is fun, and then I was also reading something. It's just like the
So
normal
you want
dirty, like filth, like filth. So it is. They are saying it is unrestrained enjoyment. Which means anything can go on under the
Anything is
dirty December.
permissible. Yes.
Yes, everything is permissible. And anything you can think of, anything. And I am thinking, so does it mean they can be doing all that nonsense there?
Don't
Yes,
even
they
don't
can.
even don't
Just
even
like
put
the
your mind to what
Valentine's
they
Day.
can do. Don't let it blow your mind away, but they can do and undo. Definitely.
Yes, yes. So this means all these people who are coming have lost their self as Africans because Africans don't entertain such nonsense. Okay, now I don't want to even use the word Africans. I be man, don't entertain such nonsense. Okay,
but
so
Kwame, you said we don't entertain
Yeah.
that nonsense, but I was just listening to a video that I sent in the group, and the
Okay.
minister of whatever, is it Minister of Entertainment in Lagos State, is actually
Commissioner.
welcoming,
Commissioner.
or commissioner,
Okay.
she's actually
So
welcoming people back.
let's get something clear here. The fact that people are welcoming it doesn't mean people of Africa entertain that. Okay, let's see. There are certain things people have been doing in Africa here, but we keep on lambasting. This is something we must get it clear. We keep on lambasting those behaviors. Even the Xmas, people of Africa have been speaking against the Christmas so many times, even in churches. So it means Africans don't want to embrace something that were not instituted by their forefathers. And we must understand this.
Mm.
Why are we here? We are also Africans. Why are we not enjoying such I don't know the word to use, but um such enjoyment or something that people have spent a lot of money to celebrate. Why are we complaining? It's because it is not part of our institutions. You get it? It is
Yeah.
not part of our institutions. That is why we are speaking against. And I can tell you, some of the elderly have already spoken against it for a very long time. But sometimes when they speak and speak and speak, and the youth are not adhering to their message, they just sit down and then watch. So it is very good, Grandpa. You've raised this issue. Kumbukeni, Ajemi, all of you, the queens of Africa, have come up. Okiogeni have come up to raise such an alert that don't forget who we are. We are Africans. We are black people. We don't entertain such stupidity. Excuse my French, but that's the word I have to use. Okay, so it tells you we don't entertain such behavior.
And if I may come in, even though we say that Detty December is louder than it's been, but I think that's why it's so popular, and the fun and the everything they're doing is unrestricted, is because you can imagine when the whole of the diaspora, it's a melting point for diasporans wanting to come back at once, which would have, if we could just have in our mind's eye, if it was just a one gathering of such, coming back isn't the issue, but yes, coming back for the right reasons. Imagine if it was that we were just coming back to heal our land. It was to come and chant of our ancestors. It was to come back to our land, to connect back to our roots. That would have been it, and that would have been so gorgeous, because indeed the diaspora should be encouraged to come home. And of course, all year round, in mini bits, in mini sizes, whether it's Easter, whether it's Valentine's, like you said, whether it's any other time the diasporans go on holidays, yeah, a bits and pieces of all of this raunchiness still do happen. It does happen then. But you can imagine that this is the one that is just unrestricted in the real sense of it. And I think that isn't the even families that would have relatives come back might not even see their relatives. It might be I buy, or like I'm here, but I'm not here. No, I'm around, but you can't see me. So where is the Ubuntu culture? And then the diasporans that have come, you've come also to oppress, to show off a fake life, or
That's the
maybe
worst thing, to show off.
maybe not too real, maybe not, maybe not totally fake, but not real. Then how would you then convince your friends and relatives who year round are asking you to send remittances to them, and you're saying to them, oh, it's so hard out there? How do you then heal yourself of what is the strain and the hardship you're facing in the diaspora, or such as racism, such as abuse there, such as stop and search, and many others? Your mortgage is about to be closed down. There's a lot going on in America. You personally are going through. but rather if you're also then not taking care of yourself, which is that you're really on your own soil, your ground, that you could actually go into some wellness, healing, family unity and support, you're now extra hurting yourself. And then you go back to that, and then it's a cycle. It continues in that way. So on all sides, someone is losing something. And then in terms of the government, I know that again, we cannot separate the mindset of the government from capitalism, because all year round for them, locally, nationally, internationally, there is this thing called about revenue generation, income revenue generation. They do have a ministry for it. They have consultants for it. They have ambassadors for it. They have representatives for it. They have policymakers for it. So for them, believe me, they are even strategically the ones asking for idealists to bring anything and everything that can bring wealth their way. And they do not really put a risk assessment to it, the impact to it, and the long term um, impact of this resources we've actually truly generated. Is it taking us forward? Is it, mitigating problems we have? It is just simply to again have resources that they still blow away. So at the end of the day, it is exploitation, exploitation all around, in my view. Yeah.
I hear you say that. Is Mariam still here with us?
Mariam is on the. She's there, but she's
She's
not
pushed to the side?
on camera.
All right. Okay. So, I thought that too, my sister, Ajemi Posi. I thought that too until I heard the Lagos commissioner say that they don't make profit. They don't make profit. This is a spectacle. This is all about just spectacle and Nigeria being popular. They don't even make, there's nothing substantial out of this. There's nothing substantial.
Yeah, I mean, they would
They
say
will tell you
Yeah,
anything.
okay, let Ogene come in. Yeah.
They will tell you anything.
exactly.
Just so you know, you think that this is not sustainable. For Lagos itself, it generates revenue. It's like Lagos is a country of its own. So if they come out public, I mean, it's not the first time. We know the rodeo. The only thing I know for a fact that this is a very deeply rooted, problem. I would not even like to call things problem because they are just insights to see what we can do. We are already staying in a system where, or in a time where everything is fast. Everything is being done for your convenience, right? You're not eating healthy foods. You're not having anything healthy being given to you. So it's like a lot of chemicals, a lot of things that are being sold to the public for everybody to consume in the name of, modernization, capitalism, westernization, new era, whatever it is anybody wants to call it, right? You're not eating good food. So like it's a lot of junk, that will boost up your adrenaline. For starters, like we're not eating well. Like even now our markets have been infiltrated. You don't have quality foods anymore. The restaurants are doing their own. Locals are also doing their own. And then, medications, all these things. Like there's a lot that brings us to this point where we just want to where people want to just exhale and they don't care the routes they take to exhale, right? They are dealing with a lot. And like the other day we're talking on your live about how number of people that are taking anxiety meds right now. Like you can, like there's so much pressure. On top of that, you're not eating good food to even help you regulate your system. So if there's like you hear them, they don't even care. Like they say, all done, I die in Nigerian slang. You get, like they don't care, they're tired. And because they're tired, they don't care. Right? They don't care what levels they take, they don't care what routes they take, they don't care. We just want to let loose because they've come to just see life as okay, life is short. We can die today, so let's blow it. Right? And like Jane Percy said, she said most of them take loans. Yes, even as Nigerians, a lot of people take loans this period just so that they can enjoy December, and then they will ignore the phone calls, that's trying to collect their money back. But either ways, just to let loose because they feel they've had a long year. I mean, even us as here speaking, we've had a long year, but we are having different ways to go
Mm.
about it. So it still shows like despite how we all are experiencing the same thing, everybody has different versions to how to experience it. But I would say one thing that everybody's gaining. Everybody's gaining, especially in that Lagos. Everybody's gaining, even the government, they are gaining. If they say they are not gaining, it's
Everyone except the
fallacy.
people, right? The people, and we know what we're talking about when we talk about the people who are
No,
being squeezed, the Nigerians who don't have the resources to pay for the expensive prices that go up in that time.
the funny thing,
Mm,
the funny thing is that these people are very strategic.
mm,
So you already in Lagos, you know better not to go to certain places in this
mm,
period.
mm,
You just know,
mm.
and they know the people. They look at you. Like if you walk into certain stores, they'll look at you and evaluate you if you're even worth their services.
Mm.
And they see that they feel like you're not, they will be rude to you.
I
I mean,
see.
like it's something that happens, but some people don't even look like the money that they have, so they be rude for no reason. Do you
Yeah,
get? So like people already have gotten used to the whole system of, this is the timeline where everything is exorbitant, so they are not going to certain
yeah.
places,
Yeah,
right? They go to only certain other places that are still keeping it minimal and fun,
yeah. But again,
while they avoid the others.
but again, the
At least from now to January.
but again, the it's a whole big machinery at the behind the scenes. And I know for sure because, like I've always said, that I've worked in this sector, and I can you hear me? I think I'm echoing.
Uh, I think
If the echo is coming
We
from you,
can hear
Jimmy
you.
Posse, have you got something? You got your phone on or got laptop on? You need to switch it
Just
off.
your video is not showing, but it's okay.
no, your
Can you?
video is showing. You if you have two devices on, the other one is picking up.
Oh, it's
Yeah, if
not.
you have them on YouTube, it's picking up.
No, oh, not at all.
Okay,
Can
you're
you hear
good
All
me?
now.
right, you're
It's
good.
better. Yes. So it's a whole work. It's a whole resource siphoning that is happening, because within the government itself. Because okay, again, as you would know, it's not just even Lagos State now; it's all the states, and they would also say they are planning such events across the local government areas. So if a state is divided into five local governments, they themselves will fund such events and have artists and have all of those, influencers, celebrities, musicians for that week in those local areas. And some of the celebrities are actually not having fun. They are busy traveling to all of their engagements that they've been fully booked out for. But you can imagine what goes into that planning of such of events across board. And I'm telling you, it's just as big was put together by a private sector. And then that also goes to the local authorities, like the local chairman, the elders, and all, and who is powerful and who isn't. So it's such a part also. But in the truth again is that they would say the resources is for the people, and they're putting this together, and a whole lot of resources goes into that. So okay, again, when they say to you that they're not making money, maybe they're saying that they have shared the money, is what they're saying, and it is not coming into the pockets of the state as resources for them. But again, they would say, did you remember we had event for you in your local area? And it's usually for throughout from the 24th till the new year. Every single day an artist is coming to play. There is food and music. So I also think that the people should be educated that you're those things. You are paying a huge price that after December, your healthcare isn't still better, the school system isn't still better, your taxes go up, and your stores will still be demolished if you're not paying your taxes, or they will actually increase it at a short notice. So if people weren't also participating without awareness, they can then the government accountable. But usually they can't hold them accountable. They benefited from it, So again, we know what happens. And again, infrastructure is, still for the what the elite who gets the contract. Really, nothing comes back to the layman, the poor man, the ordinary man on the street. So again, it's a big machinery of siphoning funds yet again in such a clever, seeming fun way for all. But at the end of the day, they would not pay for community counseling. They will not uphold building of trees year round, which are the things that people really need. Safety, good roads. Give people those resources, they shall be well. And they would not need a dirty of a December. They will have a healthy December. And they're not encouraging community in terms of just within families. They're not helping family because everyone is going to those concerts in all of those places. They're going to idolize a celebrity and that is getting paid billions or so, in coming in his entourage of 50, latest cars. Then the kids are going home to be rude to their hardworking parents that earn minimal salary, low wages, minimal wages. Like, are you a parent at all? I've just come from so we need to look at how it goes beyond just that dirty December. It actually wrecks families. It distorts, the real sense of community. It isn't, it is a show off. And people fight at those events. There's a whole lot of drugs, there's a whole lot of drinking, and a lot of people misbehave. And some people, lifelong sworn fights and battles are established at those things. So I can't even see what the benefits are. I can't see it.
I could say that there is a bit of truth to the government not really earning because they don't actually organize these events. It's mostly private individuals, like
Yep.
clubs, people who are in the entertainment business, showbiz, right? But not necessarily government. Why I say they gain, Lagos, like I said, is a country of its own. They have taxes everywhere. Like they put taxes, even the road, their toll gates, all those things. Like they have their gains, and December is usually flooded. Lagos is usually crowded. Like no matter how it is, it's always crowded in December, January. So they gain. It's not like they don't gain. They gain, but in other ways. They don't plan events like that. They don't have much events that they plan, but people actually do it privately, and this whole thing, what happens is that it's individuals actually, like you said, individuals actually are the ones. They're like somebody can have like a nail salon. Regularly they charge like me 5K, 10K. But because it's December, it goes up. It goes up. And they have various reasons why it's going up. They'll tell you it's December, Christmas season, wanting. And I can see it from the perspective where they are just trying to use this. Maybe they did not, to them, I don't even know because everybody has different reasons. But mostly it's just greed because I don't see any reason why. I don't even see the reason why you are jumping up. It's another day that will go by. If you didn't, yeah. But you'd really be so prepared for December that whatever you 5,000, it becomes 30,000, 50,000 in December. So yes, the people still, doing it by themselves. It's not, and even to the lowest persons, like they always try more. Like somebody was telling me on TikTok how they say Christmas period now there's a extra fare on buses down full. Why? Right? Why is there an extra charge? Why is there an extra fee on in December? It goes enough to show you like they're just doing it for themselves. Nobody is really having like consideration for anybody. And as like I said, everybody knows, okay, these are, don't go to certain places or at this time of the year, don't go to certain places. Just mind your business and find the nearest place that is affordable for your pocket and have fun for the year. Find a nature park that is affordable and go. But you see all these events, please leave it for those who came back and speak Queen's English. Thank you. So yes.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oladele,
But the
do you
other,
wanna?
but the,
Mhm.
but the other side, I just want. But the other side of all of that also is that we're seeing green tourism also, or even year round. There are alternatives that, like we said, the culture and the spirit of Ubuntu, we want the connectedness. We're not saying we don't want it. If a family in the diaspora comes back home with their children and they want to take them to go see, parts of the country, Idore Hills, in Ondo State, and many other parts of, but they're together as a family, enjoying the land, the history, going to sites. That is still welcoming. You could do that, but it's just about what you prioritize to do at that time and what that actually leaves behind in the minds of the participants.
I was gonna say there's a reason why we decided to do this, right? Because we as a community decided we're gonna do something about it. But before we get into that, because that is actually the main part of our conversation.
Yep.
One of our brothers has asked.
The question.
I think we should, yeah, please.
I'll pin it up now.
Yeah. What's the distinction? And I don't know if you, my sisters, I think Ajemi Posi might know, but let's see who knows about this. What's the distinction that folks are making between Detty December and other carnival like celebrations throughout the diaspora? So like the Caribbean carnival celebrations and all that. What's the distinction, y'all? Let me hear what you have to say before I give my thoughts.
Well, the truth is there isn't a
Okay.
distinction. It is exactly the same culture, which is also the unrestrictedness of it. And we, even though that could be in the diaspora, but again, it's the same thing we're talking about, that when you go to those places as an African, what exactly are you celebrating? What value does it have to you? Or day of recklessness and all of that. What value does it have to you as a person? But of course, we're also saying in the diaspora, it's almost like it's part of the culture, and know-how is our turn towards that. So does that permit us to also replicate that on our motherland and think that it's justified? I think every port of call, we need to be thinking about how does it impact us as Africans, representing Africa wherever we are, and also what is it that we're transferring as a culture back home.
Great point.
I was actually gonna repeat. I was actually gonna say the same thing. Go on. Okay. Go on. Go on. Go on.
I also wanted to say something. There's actually a difference because the other carnival like celebrations through the diasporas, you can see them usually representing their cultures. Like the Caribbeans, they would wear their regalias and attires, right? On the streets and their carnivals, their celebrations.
But,
Sorry.
oops.
So Nigeria. So
they don't come out lights. Yeah, carry on talking. You're muted. Okay, carry on.
Sorry. Okay.
Okay.
Like I said, they wear their regalia, they have their identities seen, right? It's different from us because when you come, everybody's like probably dressed up in their fashion pieces that they've ordered from Shein, Fashion Nova, the rest of them. Not cultural, right? So you're coming back to do, a different type of festival. It's not Nigerian, based on any Nigerian culture or tradition. It's just, you being. So if it's different, that you're coming back, you're having like a street show of outfits, culture, all of that. Okay, you see your ideas, but no, it's just probably like a big show of artists and everybody having fun. Most times it's not even actually a show. It's just okay, come and have fun for like a 2 weeks, 3 weeks in Lagos, visiting places. So yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was just basically gonna, both of you basically made points because obviously in terms of carnival, it's basically showing off culture. But and then obviously back in Nigeria, it's basically just coming to be lagouts and just
carnival is not showing off culture. No, it's not.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say that what is it? Even if it's culture to show off your titties and your bum bums.
Exactly.
Is that culture?
That's what it's become.
Yeah, because it
basically. Can I say something about this? Because I know you have also pointed this out.
Don't forget Kwame. Don't forget Kwame, guys.
Before we got into the mindset of wearing these things called clothing, we were not with that sexuality towards ourselves. We were sane minded, right? And some people still have that in their heads, like their cultures. They don't want to, like, certain people still practice it in their culture.
Are you sure about
They have
that?
moments where they are,
So
bare.
there's two different things, because I know I've always said that is African, right? But it's two very, very different things, and it's easy to blur the line between the two.
Yeah,
Why are you doing it is the big question.
exactly.
What purpose
Exactly.
are you doing it for?
That's
Exactly.
it.
In the carnivals, you will see men humping the women. It is about seeing the
Yes.
big behind. Which woman has the biggest behind? Who has exposed the most? It is over sexualized, and you're in the midst of our oppressors who over sexualize that. It's not in community back at home where it was done for a reason. There was a purpose. No, it is in a space where it is wretched. It is simplifying you and it increases the bad behavior between the men. Here's my question in the carnival, right? And I appreciate the carnivals where the men undress as well. Why are the men fully clothed in the one in New York, in Brooklyn? Why are the men fully clothed when the women are half naked? Why are you getting in a fight with another man because you saw a bum bum that you want to have and he wants it? Why is that happening? Right? Why are
Yep.
you the words? I attended the Brooklyn one this year, and behind me were men talking about, oh, she probably has a big one inside there because I was fully clothed. She needs to take it off and show it. So you tell me what's good about that.
And then why is it also that there would be fights, there will be killings? Why would anyone go to such an event and they had already prepared for crime? You know,
And in the
because that
Brooklyn one,
drugs
always
are also
there's
sold.
shooting.
Yeah,
Always.
Even in London, if you see how
even in
much police officers in London, not in
I
the
know.
Carnival, if you know how many police officers are
Yeah,
there, because they're
yeah,
always prepared for the
yeah,
worst.
yeah. There's a festival in Nigeria called the Osho Carnival, Osho Festival, which is the celebration of the Oshun site, and I participate in that, and I go there. Not once ever have you had to have police presence. That is the sort of cultural
Yeah.
places and things you do, because you also know you're on sacred land anyway, and if the goddess decides to hold you there, you're held down. So why would people know where to behave and not to behave? So
I
that is another
Okay,
thing
so
about
the
why
reason
Hold
why
on,
why
hold on,
festive
okay,
is
is
Ogene.
the why the why is so essential to why the essence of what is being done.
Yeah, let's hear from Brother
so
Kwame, because
I think
hold
I like
hold
the fact that
excuse me,
hold on real
excuse
quick, okay, Ogene.
Ogene, let me
the
Hold
come
on.
in,
Oshun
please.
festival that usually happens in
Hold on real
Oshun,
quick, okay, Ogene.
I think, if I'm correct. Um, the thing is, this is the same thing I'm saying. Like, traditions are not spiritual anymore.
Yeah.
In Oshun, if the women are to be dressed in a certain way, you can't approach them because of how tense the spiritual energy is. You will get percussion for going close to someone that is doing a read because she's appearing in a certain way. But because they have that spiritual balance over there, even if they're practicing their culture wicked, it is not grounded because of the
No.
spirit is dead. So yes,
Yes.
you see men humping on the women that are practicing their cultures, and the women are entertaining it. But you won't see that
Mm.
in all these in other situations where their spiritual level is still active. That if you come near such women, you will get something. In fact, before you even come close back, spirits are active. Reason why I say when we are practicing community and bringing back culture, we need to bring back our spirituality a height so that people get an effect. You don't act like you do not feel lost in this civilization and carried away by your fantasies and pleasures and try to approach on our cultures where that spirit bounded. You will get your. So I think that the reason why those cultural carnivals go the way they go because there's no spiritual essence to it.
There's no
They have
grounding.
spiritual
Yeah.
history, but it's not present. It is history. It's not present.
Meh.
Like the one in Oshun,
Brother,
the last one was, I felt it over the phone. The present, it by watching it, by seeing the people. The women are dressed, tying around parts, and they are getting to trances. Like that spirit can't go that you want to hump a woman.
Yeah.
Will flog you out of there. But it's not the same thing over there. It's not.
Kwame.
The Dirty December doesn't
Um,
have any spirituality. You just come back to Nigeria to have
okay.
fun and spend borrowed or saved. Finish.
All right, go ahead, Kwame.
Okay. So you see, the same way we attended schools and received unnecessary information, and then the same way we attended church and received unnecessary information. Now we are using those information to guide ourselves, and that is how come we are doing what we are doing. So I've heard of Dirty December, but I don't really know the actual meaning. But I've heard people shouting. It has become very popular. So I also want to show up, okay, without thinking about the consequences. But this culture you are talking about, there are a lot of rituals. And you made mention of people dying. Why are people dying celebrating? Because it's to the person who initiated the whole show. He has a mission. The person who initiated the thing has a mission, and there are a lot of rituals you are not aware of, which people now it's the only lies on us for us to find out what really goes on before we even start the Dirty December or any other celebration. Like during Christmas, a lot of people die. During
Yeah.
Easter, when they go to the Kwawu, a lot of people die. When even the Valentine, a lot of people die. What is really happening? The initiator of the whole thing has something behind the scene, which we must find out. Okay, so it doesn't just come in a blue moon. No, no. We need to find out what is really behind the scene.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Accra,
You
in
see,
Accra,
the idea.
they have. I'm coming. In Accra, they have the Homo War. During the day, you dare not go near any big bottom woman or whatever. You can't. If the Abuatra in the Ashanti region, you dare not. You cannot go near the women because they are seriously performing something that you cannot even go near them. Okay, but the Dirty December, look at the definition. It says unrestricted enjoyment, unrestricted or restrained enjoyment. So the definition speaks for itself.
Yep. 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 Great, 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 great.
So,
Yeah.
guys, let's flip the narrative, guys, because we're talking about Dirty December. Now, let's
Yeah.
flip the narrative to
I just want to quickly, I just want to add to what Kwame said about how did this
okay.
start. You see, this is how a good thing can be, it can be turned into a bad thing.
Exactly. Exactly.
And the whole idea, it started in Ghana. I think it was about 4 or 5 years ago. It wasn't too long. And the whole idea was to bring back the diaspora, which of course is the dream that Ghana is open to you, open to you, or join your ancestors, come back
Wait,
to
oh, but
family.
in Ghana,
The whole
it
idea
was
was to
called
bring back the
homecoming.
diaspora there. It was
In
called the
Ghana,
Great
it was called
Return.
homecoming.
Sorry? The
Okay,
Homecoming.
homecoming.
it was called homecoming, not Dirty December.
The year of
They,
Dirty
return.
December later
that's what I'm
on
saying.
came
That's
in.
what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying, that it was called the homecoming. But you see, that
Yeah.
is also why, even with the next conversation, which I think is where we should be moving to, is about we should look at it. What is the long term outcome of
Mm-hmm.
this?
Mm-hmm.
Because it was an idea initiated, but it was hijacked, is what I'm talking about. It is still an homecoming. That's ones that's still coming. But what exactly is being perpetrated?
Yeah.
Because back then it was a case of, oh, come back to Ghana, come back to your roots. Ghana is open up to you and all of that. But of course, the capitalists that are always hunting will come with their own version of what that means. They would assume that it is exactly what westernization is and what it means for them as fun that they should also bring back, and they find people that will go along with them to invest in such. So at times when you say you're starting something, the beginning to the end of it. Who are the custodians?
Mm.
The Ghanaian Commissioner for Culture or Minister for Culture. You said welcome, but were you talking to hotel operators?
Mm.
Were you just talking to hotel operators? Were you just talking to private sectors? Or were you really talking about the cultural communities? Were you talking to head of chiefs? Were you talking for tourist centers of where histories are? So again, it's
Were
about
there
well
guidelines on how people
planned
should carry
and
themselves?
guidelines, and then the definition coming. They didn't say
Mm-hmm.
dirty coming home. Home,
Mm-hmm.
coming. You should be welcomed. How are they even welcome? What are the performances? What are the rituals? What are the sounds and rhythm of a welcome?
Mm-hmm.
You're not welcomed. You're only being able to come and perpetrate dirt in this dirty Decemberness, which you can't even get away with in the diaspora you're coming from. So you're coming because the police too downsize their tools, I tell you. They want to make money. Everyone is in the queue for it. They want money. Everybody is turning a blind eye. That is why it can be unrestricted. So the mentality that you're going to go to your own motherland and have someone restricted things that perpetrates harm, where is that coming from yet again?
Yeah.
So two things there.
Okay,
The message to be out to the diasporans,
here,
and then the
I will
second
want to
message
blame
is
the people who are already indigenous on our motherland. Okay, those people, you and I are part. Those of us who are well grounded in in our culture, we are supposed to welcome these people and then make sure
Not these people, our brothers
that,
and sisters.
sorry.
our
That's
own,
okay. That's okay. We
our
all
own.
sleep. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
We should make sure that our brothers and sisters who have lost for a very long time and then now we found them, if they are coming home, we should make sure we show them the way, the path, the true culture. Because for a very long time, they've missed the whole thing. Okay?
so
They've missed the
that
whole
is
thing.
where, that is where the golden opportunity is for us. We can
Okay.
turn this around, and I think that should be the next conversation, really.
Yeah, I was gonna say before we say
On
that
that, I agree.
apparently it started, and we're gonna start like so that we can all go rest, right? So we'll go one by one. We'll start with since Kwame has not talked a lot, let's start with Kwame, Ajemi Posi, and then Okeogene. I think we dropped Mariam. I don't know.
I know.
So apparently Ajemi Posi, it started way before in Nigeria. It started way before the year of return. So which is why it has the word Detty. That is Nigerian slang. It's not Ghanaian slang.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it started in Nigeria before the year of return, and therefore the Ghanaians adopted it as well. I'm sure through social, networks, these social networks that we have. Oh, we usually go to Nigeria, we have a good time. Why don't we have it in Ghana? So, and I'm sure the Kenyans are going to take over soon if we don't stop it.
You
So,
know,
Kwame.
one dangerous thing is if something is happening in Ghana, automatically Nigerians will go for it. If something is happening in Nigeria, automatically Ghanaians are going for it. This
Yeah.
is something that I see um, as very dangerous behavior. You know, the transitions of even electronics, it started from Nigeria before Ghana. And I always, whenever I go on platforms, I always mention this. They've really helped, but when they are taking information, because they see Ghana as, oh, our brothers and sisters, they know we are the same people. So whatever information they have, they just take it straight without filtering it to Ghana straight away without doing anything to the information they have.
Oh my
And this
God.
is something. This is something. There are a lot of things Ghanaians also learn from Nigerians. There are a lot of things Nigerians learn from Ghana. Now we even interchange foods. But what we can do with this dirty December, even if we are not going to change the name, well, we are going to build institutions like schools and churches. So the dirty December, we can use it to welcome our brothers and sisters by re-infiltrating. Okay, we also have to now start infiltrating because before you can destroy evil, you have to be an evil person yourself. Not as in, I'm putting that in quotes. Yes. So we have to infiltrate and then find a better way to welcome our brothers and sisters who are coming from the diaspora. If not, there's nothing we can do.
So we were in gathering a couple of days ago, and we were all sharing our frustrations about Dirty December, as many of our brothers and sisters all over the motherland have been sharing. And we said, you know what? Instead of complaining about it, why don't we do something about it? So, my brothers and sisters, and we start with Kwame. What would you like to see us do
Yeah.
instead of Dirty December? What would you like to see us do as a collective of One Ubuntu?
Okay, so there are different programs that we can initiate, like maybe food festival, that different communities will bring the kind of food they enjoy within their homes. In Ghana we have varieties, in Nigeria they have varieties, so we can publish some of these things and then invite the people who are coming for maybe the Dirty December. Instead of joining the Dirty December, they should come and enjoy their the food on their motherland instead of joining the Dirty December, where they will be safe and protected. Because at the end of the day, yes, you are going to see some of the things you've missed for maybe 500 years ago, and now you are going to see them. Some food your grandparents enjoy 500 years ago, now you are going to enjoy them. Some dances, so many things. The games like the draft, the Owari, and Nigeria, I know they also have local games. I don't want to use the word local. They also have indigenous games within their various communities, which we can also include them. Okay, so there are so many things we can do. We have to draft a program, very serious, comprehensive standing programs, and then start advertising. Maybe next year, before the Easter, we can start something, because the Kwawu will be coming on, and then we can also bring our program.
I agree to to all of that, because it is important that we plan a parallel program of such. But we must also study the machineries that they're using. It's not to start the talk from December. It's literally to start that talk of, when we go back home, what do we bring back to our motherland? Is it sustainable? Is it helpful to us? Because a lot of other things happen. You have the culture of weddings. You have the culture of people from the diaspora also going back home for the weddings, but it is not necessarily also the culture of African traditional weddings. And you have a lot of also events happening year round. You have a lot of people planning, like you mentioned, Kwame, Valentine's. There's a lot going. It is at every port of call that we can begin to have this alternative. And I always say that there are ethical businesses, and I see that this is an opportunity of that. And also, we have the media platforms that we can connect with. Then also, should we be engaging the mainstream medias, promoting all of this and challenging those talks yet? Do we want to start challenging the mainstream, event? Do we give this alternative and be bold out there? What do we know that is out there that should be boldly put out there? I'm sure there will be one community right now doing some ethical African December programs. Can we find them and celebrate with them, share the program, no matter how little it is, so that when we build that up to December, people would be familiarized with what are the offers on ground. And I think it's for us to build our own community.
One thing
Yeah.
I've noticed about the people in the diaspora, my people, okay, um, they are always speaking of coming here and then we
Investing.
reminding them of
Oh,
not just investing, but we reminding them of our rich culture. But look at this, what is happening right now. It's just like they are in the California, the wherever, the UKs and other places. So
Yeah.
it is almost the same as the in quotes slavery. Now they coming here to and fro. Me, I don't even like the idea of they coming. The door is already open. African door is open now, and all of us are aware that the door, the gates are open. So why don't them come and then establish themselves within the country? Because very soon, very soon, you know what is coming. So we should start entertaining them, give them a hot welcome for them to come and stay, not to go back. Okay, so virtually, this is what I think we should start doing. They should come and stay. They should come and stay, not to come in and then go. No.
Kwame, we would add your address to it so that everyone knows that they can come and stay with you. They are all welcome to stay, definitely.
Okay, Ogene, your thoughts? What would you like to see?
The same thing I said before. Let's start creating events and activities that, like, speaking on this communal life. I think we have spoken verbally a lot about it. So it's time for us to create the activities and events that speak on them. So before next year, Detty December, we have communal December that, you know, welcomes everybody to have a taste of communal life. That way they will know whether they really like the life they live, or they want to be around community. And if they want to be around community, we can handle that as well, because we'll have spaces for them in the communal space. Sorry. So yeah.
All right. So and baby doesn't like Dirty December too. That's what she's saying. She's saying enough of this nonsense. Let's do something grounding. So here are my thoughts. We celebrate to restore ourselves, not to escape ourselves. Ubuntu joy brings us back into balance after labor, right? We understand and we're celebrating in December because we are in a capitalist system that has us working throughout the year. And apparently, because they're free, we can be free too. Not because we recognize Christmas, no. Not because we recognize all these other Abrahamic celebrations, no. Because this is the time that the laborers system of capitalism has allowed us to rest. So just to let you all know, because I got some of the responses I got was some people are against celebrating in December because it goes into celebrating Christmas and all that. Not if we do it in an African way. No, it doesn't. Not if we do it in an African way, right? Our music is medicine, not noise. Drumming, song, and rhythm regulate the body and reconnect us to one another. Our dance strengthens community, not ego. Movement is collective, circular, and inclusive, not performative. You're not sitting there to look at another woman and be like, okay, I can twerk better than her. Let me increase the twerk. No. A celebration is grounded in gratitude to the land. What we enjoy must honor the soil, the water, and hands that fed us. Those people who are feeding you, you must respect them. We eat together to affirm life. Shared food.
We have to start. We have to start introducing what you are saying right now, and we must perfect it. We must perfect it, and then ground ourselves within. We should acquire all the information about what you are saying right now before we can transmit all this information.
And it's a good thing we're in community, because we will, and we intentionally actually want to do this coming December. So I'll say something about that. We eat together to affirm life. Shared food reminds us that survival is communal, not individual. Joy is disciplined, not indulgent. Ubuntu joy knows when to rise and when to rest. It doesn't go excessively, right? Just controlled by your pleasures. Elders and youth celebrate together. True celebration bridges generations and passes on culture. Music, food, and dance carry meaning. Nothing is empty. Each element, like you're in these clubs dancing to N word this, B word this, C this, bend over this, let me do this, ginger that, ginger this, Music, food, and dance carry meaning. Nothing is empty. Each element teaches. Okay, you like my ginger this? I know, right?
There's always ginger, no garlic.
I go ginger you. Each element teaches, heals, or remembers. Celebration strengthens us for what comes next. We leave rested, clear, and recommitted to the people. A lot of you are going to leave Dirty December saying, I need another vacation. A lot of you are going to leave Dirty December hangovered. A lot of you are going to leave Dirty December saying, oh man, I need to put in some hours because I need to pay a bill on this day. Our joy feeds the community, not the market. And to me, this is the most important one. Our joy should feed the community, not the market, not capitalism. Celebration circulates life within the people, not profit outside the people. So, my people, we have decided as a
But
community.
I think,
Hold on, Kwame,
I
real
think,
quick. Hold on, real quick. We as a community have decided that we're going to do something about this. This coming year in December, we in all spaces that Wana Ubuntu has, it's not just going to be one space. You're welcome to join us and do it in your own space with this understanding that it must be grounded in Ubuntu, right? We know that our brothers and sisters in the United States celebrate Kwanzaa, but this goes beyond Kwanzaa. This is not just about Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa, we will celebrate Kwanzaa. We'll sit with each other from the 26th to the 31st and celebrate each principle of Kwanzaa. But this is about saying we have recognized a harmful practice in our community and we are standing up against it to remind ourselves who we are. And therefore, we as a community are going to hold something. We will pick the day, whenever it is, where we will celebrate Africanness. We'll celebrate Ubuntu. We'll celebrate all the good characters of Ubuntu, some of which I named just now. Kwame, go ahead. Oh yeah, if you want to do this with us, let us know. Send us emails, reach us on our DMs, join us, let us know. Let's make this a movement. December, Ubuntu December instead of Detty December. Go on, Kwame.
but why December? Why,
It doesn't
why,
have to be
why?
December.
December is just a
No,
big
because
one,
at the end of the
but
day,
we're going to have plenty festivals and events
Yeah.
throughout the year.
And let us know if 2026 is the year of restoring Ubuntu. Let's make it that. 2026 to be the year of restoring Ubuntu. This is something we're coming up with now, so it's not flashed out.
yes,
Reach out to us and let us know what you think. Should we ignore Easter? We celebrate that time our own way. It is
Our own way.
it is an African grounding and restoration, taking us away from, which is why it is juxtaposing these other celebrations, because we want to say, instead of this, Africans, you can do this. Instead of this, you can do this. So, Kwame, go ahead.
okay. So, like the concern you mentioned of celebrating our own culture, or displaying our own culture in, sorry, on a foreign land. Personally, I don't subscribe. I think now all the things we've done before are past gone. But from now, so let's say from 2026, every celebration we want to conduct must be on our motherland. Any celebration. Most of the things that we are going to do must be on our motherland. Okay. So if the people in the diaspora, if our brothers and sisters, those of us who left, who moved from our motherland to the foreign places, they can come back and join. After that, they can just go back. Because very soon, I keep on saying this, but it seems no one is listening. Very soon, very soon, the things that are going to happen, we are just preparing the grounds. We are just preparing a kingdom. And personally, I don't want to leave any stone unturned. But if you want to join the Muzungus, that is fine. That is up to you. It's your own
No,
decision to make.
no, brother, this is not what that is. Some of us are here because we are kind of locked here. Some of us don't have the money to travel home. And so for the sake of our brothers and sisters in these foreign lands that don't have much of a choice as far as returning home, we provide them that space where, as Nkrumah said, Africa is in you, right? Wherever you are, Africa is in you. So we will be celebrating with them. We will be grounding ourselves in our way, even away from home, reconnecting with home. So it's not about going to the New York mayor and saying, oh, we want to have this event, could you please honor it? We will not even be including them. We'll be in our own spaces without involving them. So making our
Okay.
own motherland away from the motherland. So we have to be considerate of that. Not all of us can afford to go back to the motherland.
That is fair.
Yeah.
So from next year, I think we need to draft a proper strategic plans for all these programs.
Yeah,
Personally, I know that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
I agree.
So let us sit down and then put up structures, proper
Yeah,
structures,
yeah,
comprehensive strategic plan, and then start tracking. all the things we will be able to do, and then if you are not able to tackle some of them, we find out reasons why we were not able to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
So um,
With each year, we
from
learn and
next
grow,
year,
right?
I don't know if we should start even the strategic plan from now, and then by January 1st,
January,
we
have
can
something.
review all. Yes, we can review all of them and then start the programs, because from January 1st, we should start something.
Our sister,
It
okay,
can be a
again.
talk show. It
Our
can be a talk show. It can be anything. It can be online schools. It can be, sorry, it can be online training.
Mm,
Anything that we
mm,
think that we can do,
yeah,
we have to start doing.
yeah.
So it's not about
Our
erecting structures. It's not about digging holes. It's not about anything. We have this is preaching. We are
yeah,
sharing information, and from next year we have to start with let me use the word vim. We have to go harder than what we've been
yeah.
doing now.
And I'll
So
say, if you're
thank
looking to
you.
do this in your community, thank you so much, Kwame. If you're looking to do this in your community, reach out to us. We'll give you the guiding principles. How should your event look like? What tells you that you're in Ubuntu or out of Ubuntu? So that yes, you're allowed, you can create it the way you want, you envision it, but it has to be grounded on the principle of Ubuntu. You can't just, it's not reckless, it is not unrestrained, it is not whatever you want to do, it's not anything goes. Sister Okeogene had an idea, and I'll let her speak to it, on how we can come together before we start this to discuss in an African way, to discuss how we're going to move forward. Okeogene, if you want to speak on the picnic idea.
Okay, so the idea was for us in our different locations to have a cultural picnic, right? Everybody gets dressed in their native attires and come with their favorite native food, and also with with some information about their cultures, and we all talk about it, exchanging and learning from ourselves, different cultures, and tasting different tasting different cultural
She likes
foods,
that.
and in our cultural attires, right? And having a moment to reflect on this 2025 that has gone, and reviewing what we're going to do better in this 2026.
Yeah.
So yes, it could be
So
between now and January.
one name would you like to give to this program?
What name? We can talk about it, and
Yeah.
let's we don't have to make a decision now. We were saying 2026 is the year of restoring Ubuntu, but to the audience, to our community, to our larger community, send us ideas. What do we name this? Send us ideas. What names do you want us to stand by? I would suggest, and I'm like on the further side of like, let's be liberated today, actually yesterday, actually many years before today. I would suggest, let's ignore all the African independence days. Ignore all of them, because we are not liberated yet. And make sure that on those days we are doing something Ubuntu. I would like, that's how far I want to do this. But let's hear from you all. What do you want to do? What do we want to call this?
Okay.
Call the
So
events.
Call what we are going to be doing in. I'm not we're going to specify to one event. You've heard all our input. So whatever movement we take on this coming calendar year, Western calendar year, that is, we are beholden to for reasons beyond us, right? What do you want us to call it? How do you want us to ground ourselves linguistically? Because language is very important, that will help us be grounded as well.
okay, so
Um,
start. Okay, come in.
Yeah, I'm saying we don't have to make a decision now. I'm inviting everyone, including
I
ourselves, to think
I
about it.
I I don't have a name. I just know we have a theme,
Yeah,
and that is culture and nature centered. Because, in as much as we want to protect and preserve our cultures, nature is very important as
yeah.
well. So these are the two themes that we're going to go
That's
with.
part of our culture. The grounding of
Yes,
nature is part of our culture. Yeah. All
yes.
right.
So promoting the planting of trees, those environmental, community service acts. We can also have that as in our activities list. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the name, we don't have a name yet.
No. So we'll take
Ubuntu is
suggestions.
fine. Ubuntu Ubuntu is like for the network of communities, right? It's not just our community, it's like a network because we're going to connect with other existing communities who have the same vision. So, um we'll look into it. It will come. No
Yeah.
rush.
Yeah.
Spirits will.
I thank you both, my brother, my sister. Dada Mariam, tumekukosa sana. It's too bad that you didn't join us, but we were with you here in spirit. We appreciate you. Ajemi Posi, my brother Oladele, thank you all. We look forward to this coming calendar year to be more grounded in our way, to get rid of the wretchedness, to stop indulging in Western behaviors that continue to put us in low frequency, right? We need to rise. Our frequency needs to rise so that we can connect with who we are. Asanteni sana. Kwaherini.